hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome everybody, welcome. Depending on where you're watching from. Welcome. In today's tutorial, we're going to be making up this square neck corset top. If this is something you've been wanting to create, you are very welcome. You are very welcome. This is something I plan that I'll be doing every day. Okay, every day. So we're going to, every day, we're going to be learning different types of pattern. Right? Okay. So welcome. So we're going to be creating up this pattern. My table is white, so I'm using up a white pattern. I had to put a cloth on it so that you people will be able to see what I'm doing. If you can hear me, say hi. If you're watching from YouTube, you're welcome. If you're watching from Facebook, you're welcome. You're welcome. If you can hear me, please go ahead and say hi so we can start. Okay? If you can hear me, say hi. If you can hear me, say hi. If you can hear me, say hi. Alright? If you can hear me, say hi, please, so we can go ahead and start. If you can hear me, say hi, say hi, say hi, say hi, say hi. Say hi, say hi, say hi, say hi. If you can hear me, please. Say hi. Say hi, please, if you can hear me. Say hi. So we can go ahead and start. Right? Today we're going to be making up. This is a tutorial a lot of people have been asking. People ask on how to go about making this. So I just felt like, let me do a tutorial on it. Alright? So I'm going to go ahead and start. Nobody is saying hi. I'll go ahead. I'm going to draw a straight line because I noticed this part is not straight. I'll just draw that straight line from my guideline. I'll go down all the way straight downward. Alright. Now, once I'm done doing so, let me take the other roller. Once I'm done doing so, I will go ahead now to start off. Which one? Sorry about that, okay? If you can hear me, say hi. If you can hear me, say hi. If you're watching from Facebook, watching from YouTube, say hi, say hi, say hi. Hi. Okay. Now, I've drawn a straight line. This straight line is going to be the guideline from here. This straight line right there is going to be the guideline. Let me pull this a little bit. Okay, this straight line is going to be the guideline. The guideline. Alright? I'm also checking if you guys can really see everything well. Okay, it's good to go. So that straight line is going to be my guideline. Sorry. Oh my god, Anita. Let me see. Let me see. The camera shift a little bit. This one is good to go. Okay, so this straight line that I've just drawn is going to be the guideline. Now we're going to start with normally our measurement. Okay, so now we are going to start with the shoulder measurement. This is a square neck corset top. You know, these square necks have these little straps. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I will take my shoulder measurement, which is 14 divided by 2 is going to give me 7. I will minus ½ inch from there because this is, you can minus up to 1 inch. Okay, this is a square neck. From there I'm just going to mark. Then from there I'm going to go ahead and slant it down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope right there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. I'll move now to my armhole depth, which is 7 inch. Then once I'm done doing so, I'm going to come here. I will mark the neck depth. For now, we're making up, the neck depth of 3 inch. We'll first of all create the basic pattern, the neck width of 3 inch. So you should know how to go about it. Once I'm done doing so, the next thing I want to do is to go ahead and connect that up. All right. Remember, I said we're creating this basic one first. Then I'm also going to go ahead and connect this part up like that. All right, all the way to here. Once I'm done doing so, the next thing I want to do is to go ahead and connect this part up all the way straight to the top. Making sure that I'm pulling up whatever I have on my shoulder measurement. I'm going to go ahead now and connect this part up with a straight line, just like that. You see what I've just done, right? After doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is to measure from the shoulder to the waistline, from the shoulder to the nipple point. First of all, shoulder to nipple point, shoulder to half length, which is about 15 inch. Okay, 15 inch. Then I'm going to use whatever I have here. What I have here is 17.2. Just gonna go ahead and connect those points up with a straight line. I'm sorry, and I've not marked shoulder to under bust, which is very important. It needs to be fitted. Shoulder to under bust, which is 13 and a half. 13 and a half. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and connect it up with straight lines, making sure everything is straight. Now place it up like that. Connect this up like this. I'm gonna come here and I also do the same thing. You can leave me your comment below. Okay, I'm reading comments as well. Here is the length, the waistline, and here is the total length. I'm just gonna connect whatever I have there. Once I'm done doing so, the next thing, I don't know why I'm not even reading comment. Is it that I cannot see? Once I'm done doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is to level them up so you should not get confused. Here's the chest line. Here is the bust point line. Here's the under bust line. Here is the waist line, and here is the length. I hope that part is clear. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead to measure up whatever I have from this point to this point, divided by 2, which is 7. Divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5 from that point. From this point, I'm going to go in by half an inch. Half an inch. I will come here on my chest line. I'll put 1/4 of my bust. Round bust is 34. 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5. I'm going to mark that up. I'll go ahead now, connect this point from this point to this point to this point. I hope that part is clear. You see that I'm putting on my glasses today. It shows that this matter is really serious. We need to focus. Okay, this is how I'm going to do. If you don't have a French curve ruler, you can go ahead and use your free hand. I'm going to connect these points up, making sure everything comes out well. Now connect it up all the way like that. You see what I've just done, right? Now, after doing so, the next thing I need to do now is to go ahead and put the nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7 inch. 7 divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5 inch. Sorry, I'll go ahead and add half inch. Altogether is 4 inch. Here, I'm going to mark 4 inch here. I'm also going to come here and mark that 4 inch. Now, once I'm done doing so, is to go ahead and connect this part up with the straight line all the way from this point. After connecting it up with a straight line, we have something like this. The next thing I want to do is to come at the waist, my length. Okay, this is the length of my top. I'll go out by half inch here. I'm going to come here and go out by half an inch. I'll come here. I'm going to do the same thing, half inch. Now I'm going to come here too. I'll do the same thing, half inch. Now this is the bust point line. Because we want to get ease around there, I'm going to go down by 3/4 inch. That's 0.75. You can go down up to 1 inch or even 1.5 inch, depending on how bossy you are. But for me, I'm going to go down by 3/4 inch, which is 0.75. Now, after doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and connect these points up like that. Look at how I'm doing it. Just placing it up like this, making sure I get that curve that I'm looking for, like this, all the way to this point. And I'm going to come here and also connect these points up, making sure I get the exact curve I'm looking for. All right, this is it, all the way to that point. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is this part. I'm going to come here. I will connect it straight downward. I'm also going to do the same thing here, straight downward. After doing so, the next thing I want to do is I'm still going to come here. I will mark again 0.25, which is 0.25, yeah, okay, 1/4. All right, so I'm going to come here and mark 1/4 here. I'm also going to do the same thing here, 1/4. Altogether is 1/2 inch. At that point, what I'm going to do is I'm still going to come here like this and bring it up like that. Connect this up. I know you people say, why don't you go ahead and just connect 3/4 inch at the same time? But I'm doing it this way. I feel more comfortable doing it this way. Now, go ahead now, connect these points up like that. From here all the way to this point. And from here all the way to this point. Remember I said the footage, the pants I did, I'm still editing it, okay? So the footage is going to be coming out very soon. Now, once I'm done doing so, the next thing I want to do is to come here at my chest line. Depending on where you want that top, the square neck to start from, okay? You can go up by 2 inch, you can go up by 1.5 inch, depending on you. So what I want to do is to go ahead and mark, is it 2 inch? Now 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, or let me just go ahead and mark 1 and 0.25 right there. I'll go ahead now to connect these lines up with a straight line, just like that. You see what I've just done? I'm going to roll this line all the way straight upwards, like that. Now, at this point, what I'm going to do is, I don't want to leave this part up like that. So, what I have to do here is to go ahead. I'm going to come out here by 1/2 inch. I'll come out by 1/2 inch. I'm also going to come here and go out by 1/2 inch. Alright. Now here is the bust point line. Come from this bust point line, you're going to go up. You can go up to 1 inch. But I'm going to go up here just by 1/2 inch. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to connect this up. You can connect it up all the way to the chest line like this, okay? You can connect it up. All right, from the chest line, you can go ahead and connect it up. That's because if you go up, you're creating up a is around there. All right, so it should not be kind of choking you up. Right, so I've just gone ahead and connect this part up like that. And blah, I'm going to bring it up like this. Now, this is what we have, okay? We have our cup. As you can see, these are the 2 pieces. How do we go ahead and get up that square neck we're looking for? To get a square neck, there are either 2 ways. You can just go ahead and mark the center of whatever you have here. Like example, I'm going to measure up whatever I have here, which is 3.6. Yeah. I'm going to just go ahead and fold on my tape like that into 2. Then I'm going to go ahead now and mark the center from that point. This is the center. You want to kind of just connect this line up like this, okay? So let me first of all go ahead and connect it up so you will not make any mistake while you're trying to print yours. You see now, this part here, when we cut up the pattern, this is what we should have. This part here. All right. Then you're going to choose how you want this front to be. If you want it to just be straight like this, if you want to get a curve, whichever way you feel like working on, that is up to you. If you want to create a curve, at this point, what you need to do is just to come here. I'm not creating up a curve, right? I will not be using a curve. You're just going to go ahead, come here like this. You round it up, give it that you curve. Like I said, I will just go ahead and do it square, straight at the front, or I can even decide, you see, just give it that curve right there, like this. You see that curve you're looking for. Then if you want this to be more smaller, go ahead and reduce it up. You can still come here and go in here, maybe ½ inch or even 1 inch. 1 inch is going to be too small, so I'm just going to go in here by ½ inch. That ½ inch, I'll go ahead now, reconnect it all the way to this point. Look at what I'm doing there. Or reconnect it all the way to the armhole. This is it. All right, you see what this is, my how it's going to be. Now I'm guessing you'll be asking yourself, how is she going to put all these pieces together? How is she going to put all these pieces together? Don't worry. When you're using like this U, is like a U in front, and you just go ahead and cut it up like this. Then this part, you fold it up, okay? Or you can cut this part up like this. When we cut this up, then we place them up and cut it once. Or you choose not to even go ahead and create a U. All right. So now the next thing I want to do at this point is to go ahead and put my measurement. On my waist, I already put 1/4 of the, on my chest line, I already put 1/4 of my measurement, but I've not added up wherever I took from here. What I took is about ½ inch. I'm going to go ahead, you should replace that up. I'm going to go ahead and replace it up. I'll come to my underbust right there, put 1/4 of my underbust. Round underbust is 30. 30 divided by 4 is going to give me 7.5. Measure up whatever I have here, which is 1.5. Replace that back up here like this. Okay, take note that I've not added any allowance. Now on the waist, this is what we're going to do. Round waist divided by 4. Then measure up whatever you have, which is about 1.025. Replace that back up. Replace it back up here. Now let's just go ahead and connect that point up from this point. Where is it? I know they see where on my eye they pin it. At this point, you're going to get it really tricky. You can go ahead and just connect whatever you have on your underbust all the way to the waistline. Okay, I'm going to do so, except I'm supposed to add ½ inch here so that it should fit. Now this is what I have. I have something like this straight, right? Now this, let me just go ahead and connect it all the way to the length. So we've connected it all the way to the length. I don't want mine to be straight at this part, okay? This part here shouldn't be straight. What I'm going to do is, you can choose to connect it up from here to here like this, in the form of a U from the waistline, or you can even go up depending on how deep you want to get it. All right, so what I'm doing is just to go ahead, I'll connect it from my waistline. I'm going to come here like this, or you can do it that small one at the front, whatever you want it to. So I'm just going to come here. Like for example, let me just measure up whatever I have there. I don't really want to have that U at the front. So what I have here is about 3.5. 3.5, I'm going to divide it by 2, which is going to give me 1 and 3/4. From there, I'm going to place up my French curve like this. From that, the measurement we divide, that's 1 3/4. I'm going to connect it up like that. You have a little bit of U, but not to you. Now you're going to take note that when you're cutting this up, you have to go ahead, fold this part up like this. Fold up this part, fold it up so that it should not be short by the time you are done cutting. I hope that part is clear. We are done with the front. This is the front, right? Now let me just go ahead and level it up 1 and 2. Okay, so you're actually going to choose which one you want. Which one you want. If you want kind of a round neck, if you want a straight one. Let me pull my pattern this way. We're going to go ahead and drop up the back. I'm just going to go ahead and separate it up into 2. Take note that I have not added any sewing allowance. I always like to do so on my piece, my fabric. Now we're going to be drafting up the back. For us to be drafting up the back, we're going to do it the other way around. Let me go ahead. Let me see if everything is showing clearly. Okay. If I didn't check, nothing will be showing. Okay. All right. So we can see the back now clearly, right? What I'm going to do at this point, let me see. Okay, like that. What I'm going to do at this point is to draft my back like this, meaning the neck is going to start like this. So I will take my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Remember, shoulder measurement divided by 2 minus ½ inch. From there, you can minus up to 1 inch, which is right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and slant it down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. After that, I'm going to go ahead now, move now to my armhole depth, which is 7 inch. Next thing I want to do is to go ahead, I'll mark. Normally the neck depth of the back is always 1 inch, okay? I'm going to, let me just go ahead and mark 1 inch. Then later on we'll go ahead. Let me mark 1.5 inch. Neck width of 3 inch. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect this part up like that, all the way to this point, right? Connect it up from here all the way to this point like that. After doing so, I'm going to go ahead and connect this part up, making sure it is straight. Align it up from here all the way, follow up this line. Now the next thing we want to do is to go ahead and draw a straight line from here all the way to there. You see? Okay, the back is very easy to draft. Go ahead and measure from the shoulder all the way to the, we don't have any underbust here, okay? From shoulder to, let me just go ahead and mark this in. Underbust. Shoulder to waist, shoulder to length, which is whatever we have there. Then connect it up with straight line. And connect it up with straight line here. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm also come here. Did you even mark the bust point line? It's not necessary at the back, eh? It's not really necessary at the back. Okay? But I'm just connecting it up. The bust point line is not necessary at the back. But let's just go ahead and connect that up. We don't need the bust point line. So measure up whatever you have, which is 7 divided by 2 is going to give me this. I'm going to go ahead and mark ½ inch. I'm going to come here and put 1/4 of the bust, which is round bust is 34. Divided by 4 is going to give me 8 1/2. Mark that up. Connect these 3 points up together from here to here, from here to here, like this. Like you can see me doing right there. No time. Take your time and do everything possible. I know. Some of you are going to say that, is the back. Normally, we don't go in, right? We don't go in, right? Okay, you can do it this way, or you connect it from this point. Okay, depends on what you're working on. You can connect it up from this point here. You see? So don't go ahead and start querying me that the back normally we don't go in, blah blah blah. Now once we're done doing so, I'm going to go ahead. I'll put 1/4 of my measurement. Sorry about that. Let's first of all go ahead and mark the nipple to nipple. Nipple to nipple is 7 divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5, then plus 1/2 inch. Go ahead and connect those points up with a straight line. This is my French scarf. No, it's been a long time that I did not use, so I decided to use. It should not be as if I've abandoned it. Now go ahead and create up your darts. For the back, you can go ahead and mark 3/4 inch or even 1/2 inch. Let me just go ahead and do 3/4 like we did for the front. Now the dart for the back is quite very different. You can go ahead and connect it up like that, and I'm gonna do the same thing here like so. Then now you need to take it all the way to the chest line. This one is quite very different, huh? All the way to the chest line. You guys see me putting on glasses, show that this matter is serious. We need to concentrate. We need to really focus. Now once I'm done doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and put my measurement. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and add about 1/2 inch. All right, the bust point line, I'm going to go ahead, put 1/4 of the under bust. It's the under bust, not the bust point. Round under bust is 30 divided by 4 is going to give me 7.5. Measure of whatever I have and replace it, which is 1.5. Then I'm going to come here. I'll go ahead and put 1/4 of the waistline, which is 28 divided by that is going to give me this. Measure of whatever you have. Always measure of whatever you have. Replace that back. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and connect. Connect. All right. This is what we have, right? Is that what you have? For the depth of the back, you can choose to make it, not to go out by 1.5, by 3/4 inch. Instead, you can do 1/2 inch, okay? Now, you want to choose, remember, this is the center back, okay? This is the center back. So, you're going to choose if you want this to be curved at the back or you want to make it straight. Normally, what we do is to go ahead and make it straight like that. You see, straight. Or you can give it curve. Let me try to use another color something so you should see the difference. You can also give it a curve, but remember this is for the back, not the front. Normally it's supposed to be you can give it a curve like that. All right, this is the back. Now this part is clear. This is the back. Here's the side. This is the back. You can do it a curve like that, or you can go ahead and connect it straight. Anyone you choose to use is fine. Now we want to be sure that whatever we have here, we should also mark it up here. So what I did is to go in here by 1/2 inch. We're going to do the same thing. Go in by 1/2 inch. Is it 1/2 inch? No. Go in by 1/2 inch. You see? Measure up whatever I have from this point, which is 1 inch. Let me see. 1.0. Let me see. 1.2. I'm going to come here and mark 1.2. Just making sure that everything is the same. Okay? Connect that up with a straight line. Alright. Now, how do you want the back to be? It's not how do you want it to be. If you give a curve here, you're also going to do the same thing here. But remember that the front, we did went up by 1.5 inch. So you're supposed to do the same thing at the back, okay? Go up from the chest line by 1.5 inch so that everything should be the same. No one should be kind of looking funny, right? This is the original line, which is right there, depending on how deep you want it to be. All right? So you're going to go up by 1.5 inch. If you went up here, is it even 1.5 inch? No, it's not 1.5 inch. It's 1.025, which is right there. Sorry about that. 1.025. Let me use this other one. 1.025, which is right there. I'm going to go ahead. I see the difference is clear. Connect that up with straight line. Now, once I'm done doing so, you want to choose if you want this to be round or if you want it to go ahead and connect square. You want it to be square. Remember that this, like this, may be too open at the back. What we have here is about 4 inch. 4.5 inch. It may be too open. So what you want to do? Hi, how are you? What you want to do, it may be too open. So what you want to avoid it from being too open. All right. So what you're going to do is to come here. You can either come here like this, go in by 3 inch. What I've just done, 3 inch. Now from this 3 inch, you're going to bring it all the way to here. Even a bit I'm using. You see, this way is not going to be too open at the back. Whatever you do here at the front or at the back or the front, you should actually do the same thing. So like I said, you can do a U. You can do a U at the front. All right. If you do a U, you're also supposed to do a U at the back. So whichever one you want is up to you. So now I'm just going to go ahead and connect this up like this. See? This way I'm sure that it's not going to be too open at the front. You want to avoid it from being too open. All right. So like I said, I want mine to be straight at the back. So here I have 3. Here I have 4. Now we're going to go ahead and cut that up. Cut it up. Anyhow, look at how I'm going to be cutting it up. Cut it up. And remember, I said that when you're cutting this part, you're supposed to fold this part inward like this so that it should not be short. Look at, you see now, it's already, if I fold it up like this, you notice that here, you see here, you see now, here is shorter than this. So I don't want it to be short. What I'm going to do is to fold it up. Where are those pins? Where are the pins? I didn't keep it. I kept it here. So I'm going to go ahead now. I'll just fold this in like this, pin it up, and okay. Then I reconnect it back, just like I did. I reconnect it back like this. From that point, I'm going to go ahead and reconnect it back like this, so that by the time I cut everything up, I open that up, everything's going to fit perfectly. Nothing's going to be short. Remember, I've not added any sewing allowance, so excusez-moi. I've not added any sewing allowance. Are you making a U at the front? Are you going ahead to make a U? I said I didn't want to make a U. It seems like I'm actually making a U. See? Now, let's go ahead and cut this part off like this from this part. Now at this point, if you see that you cut it up, it's going to be shorter. So what you advise you to do is to go ahead and also fold this part inward like this. Just fold it up, okay? Just to avoid anything from being shorter there. You're gonna go ahead and just fold it over. You're folding it over like that so that you can cut it. Or what you can do is to go ahead now, you see, cut it from here like this. You know, I will try to tell you which easiest way it is, okay? Then once you're done, you just join this over like this. Join this over like this, and then which the other piece, this piece here is going to add. When you join this over, you see, this part here will actually go ahead and add up there. Now I'm going to cut this part straight. Which one is that? This one. Straight. The back is actually very short than the front. Like I said, you can connect it off from here, but I like mine to be a little bit deeper. At least it's just half inch, it's not too. Hi, how are you? Connect this part up. What did I do here? And cut this part up. Cut this one up. I'm actually being very careful not to cut my material. This is my material. That's because my table was wide, so I don't want to go ahead and do this. I'm gonna cut this part up. I just like to now we have something like this. Okay, you put this up, it's gonna fit here. Then now you can choose to this piece like that. No, I'm not done here. Cut it up like that. Okay, this is it. You're gonna join this over like this. You can see it fits right, but you need, when you're cutting this part, you need ½ inch. Like I said, depending on how you want it to be. I want mine to be a little bit wider, so I'm just going to go ahead and chop this part off. I don't need that one. It's good when it's wider at the back. I have to show on this already. See, this is the back. This is the back. This is the back. This is the back here, right there. Alright, let me keep this. I'm gonna use this lesson. Okay, this is the back, and here is the front. So for the front, what you're going to do, this is the front. Remember that this part here, we're going to join it up like that. Then after joining this part is going to come here like this. You can see, come here like this. Okay, or you can still go ahead not to make it a V. You can go ahead not to make it a U. If I don't want to make it a U, I cut this part. Like I first of all mentioned in this video that I didn't want to make it a U because I already have something that I created up. Still the same thing. This one should be square. Go ahead and cut this part up. And when you cut this part up, remember also to chop this one up so that everything should be straight. Alright, so I have my pieces right there. Now when you're cutting this piece up, what you have to do, you see now, you see what I just have here. What I have there is like this. You join it up, this line, which line is going to come here, right? Like this. Okay, this is the front and here is the back. But let me just place it up like this so you should see. This is it. This is the red line, and here I'm going to come up like this. Just mash up the lines. So I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful, give it a thumbs up, like, comment and share. I hope to see you some other time, guys. For those of you watching on YouTube, I already have a tutorial like this that I cut and sew on YouTube. I don't know about Facebook, but I'm not sure I have something on Facebook like this. Okay, but if you don't find it on Facebook, check out on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see some other time. Bye bye. Happy New Year, Richie. I don't know why. Well done, no, thank you. Post now. Okay, and let me go and look for